knew. I'm sorry. I hate to
but
say it.
she's a whirlwind. She's a whirlwind. So I had to wait until I knew things were really getting there and temper the whirlwind as much as I could take it. So if I left her into the very end, I'd only get a little bit of the whirlwind as opposed to the very beginning. It would be a whirlwind all the way through.
Wouldn't have been. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't have been a show without me.
No, I can't disagree on that. I'm just thinking of my personal.
I'm a lot.
to
I'm
me,
a, I'm
to
a,
me, she's
I'm a
to
lot
me.
to everyone,
But to
and
me
that's
especially.
okay. That's okay. I'm allowed to be a lot.
Well, I think you and Karen gave it true validity. I mean, everyone had their own, but you guys were, I mean, truly.
Yeah.
Because we were living
connected. Yeah.
that life really. Like her father and my father are who they are.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were definitely the what's the word?
Meat and potatoes.
The stars.
The meat and potato. They were the meat. and
Mommy would say
potato.
First and second on the call sheet.
Yeah, no, I think like you said, they gave it validity, but they were also it's the most entrenched in the world that aside from the names that they brought, right? They brought the mindset and the inner workings that that are instilled in you since birth in this lifestyle. You know what I mean? Where and the loyalty in a way, right? And when I was casting it, I was picking everyone for different reasons, right? Drita, sorry, hands
She's great.
down.
She is.
I knew she and I were working together for years prior to that. I was her manager trying to get her in. I worked at Sony, so I was trying to get her a record deal as a rapper. Then we were writing books together and we were writing songs together and we were just trying to get her famous, right? So I knew she was going to be a blow up. And Carla, I think at the time for me was the
Sexy
aesthetic,
kitten
the
type
sex
of.
kitten, the
Yes.
look. She was beautiful. She had the look.
Yes.
She still is. And so everyone played a role. I didn't think that Carla would ever really pop out like she did in, what was it?
5.
Was it 5? No, it was like,
Season 5.
no, she popped out way before that. I think it was like 3. I think it was 3. Yeah, when you and her had a fight.
That was 3?
I don't remember. See,
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
3
No,
and then
I-
she
I
was
don't
gone.
remember.
I don't
That was
remember.
3 and then they were off. So 3
Yes.
is when we had words.
Yeah, so I never thought that she and gratefully, so she really came into herself on that show. But I thought it
It's a
was
good
really,
story
yeah.
arc. Like you're quieter and then you pop off.
Yeah, all of a sudden I was like, who the fuck is that? It's like, so,
At my expense.
I mean, that was,
Hence, going back to the rewatch, that's what we're talking about.
that was season 1.
So in
No,
other words,
that
you're
didn't
no
bother me
longer
season
good with
one.
Carla.
That's-
since
I'm
the
good with
rewatch.
Carla. I have no problem with Carla whatsoever. Carla was the only person that showed up when what happened to me last year happened. Carla was there. That's it. Carla was the one that called. I have no problem with Carla whatsoever.
I think
Yeah.
what Carla is very headstrong in the sense of she's a very loyal friend, but she doesn't back away from telling you how she feels. And maybe some people can't reconcile the two. You know what I mean? She's going to tell you this, and this. And then you're like, okay, so is she my friend then? You know what I mean? So people,
Yeah.
and I think that's where the disconnect happened with the two of you. Whereas
No, the
it's like,
disconnect happened when she
God,
called me a
I'm trying to
junkie.
fucking clean it up. She won't let me.
That's where the disconnect came. The choice of word.
Oh,
The
God.
choice of word for me.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, you just made up, and it's okay.
Yeah, and again, I have absolutely no problem. Carla has been there, has stood strong, and we were able to fix what I did. Carla, like Jennifer, is not big with the words "I'm sorry" back. However, I don't.
just show up again. You
Yeah,
should
no,
know by
Carla's a
Right.
Carla has been true from the very beginning. Carla is Carla 100% at all times. She's who she is. She's never somebody different.
which
I
is
like
good
that.
because
Yeah.
exactly you know what you're getting. You know
Right,
what you're
exactly.
dealing with.
Carla is true to herself. Her loyalty is to Carla. Excellent.
Not necessarily. She's
True to herself. So that's why her
yes,
personality is so
but
consistent.
I was thinking inside the show. 'Cause
No,
she
no, no.
wrote
I like
strong for
that.
Drita.
No,
And then when
Her
she found-
personality is consistently Carla. Excellent.
Well, as you know, because you and I met, I mean, our first podcast were in LA. Like I split my time between New York and LA, even though I'm a New Yorker. And, I really do appreciate like, I'm in your face. This is where because I'm that way. Like, this is where we are. There's no problem. Like, we just dealt with it. I'm not mad 3 minutes
Right.
later. I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
We're over it.
I
Yeah.
get over things
Move
so
on.
easy.
Me too.
No, I
But
don't.
I also wait, and I don't want to, especially with a friend. I'd rather let the thing settle out on its own first, and then if it doesn't, then we'll have the confrontation. Then I'm over it like this. I rather not fight with a friend if I can try my best not to, but it happens.
I don't care. I'll fight with you. But that's also the way I love.
Right, but then
Yeah.
you harbor when you do that. Then like ill feelings are then harbored on top of what happened first. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult, especially the women that we are and the show that we did. It was very difficult to fight and make up, fight and make up, fight and make up.
Well, it's also interesting. I think you say you watch it. It's like I would have just me, like I would have the opposite, I think, reaction. Like I would watch it back and say, like, man, I've come so far. Like I'm not mad about this at all. Yes, you thought a different way about yourself back then. You didn't
Mm.
like yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which we've talked about last,
Mhm.
but now you're at it. This is why you have a podcast where you're giving advice.
Right.
Like, so to me, this is just me. I'm not criticizing you. Like, if I watch myself, like I watched myself back from 4 days ago, and I'm like, man, I've come far in 4 days. Like, I just always,
Right.
every time I look back,
Well,
at the
that's a
past, I'm
great
like,
way to
oh, I
look
was
at
a
it.
mess.
And I've come far enough to realize that certain people shouldn't be in my life.
Totally.
And that's how I look at how far I've come. I don't look at the situation and I just realize, wow, Renee, you did so much back then. You were so extra for what? For the loyalty you never got in return. I was always fighting for people for their loyalty, but they weren't loyal because one thing I'm realizing is people can claim to be the most loyal people in the world. If you can't be honest, you can't be loyal.
That's not true.
Oh,
No, because it depends if the honesty goes to privacy. Listen, we can do this all day long. The bottom line is,
I see it different. There's a
I
lot of
look at things
honesty and
from
loyalty.
every side before I make a final decision.
I'm not talking about privacy. I'm talking about there's a lot of honesty when you're being loyal. You have to really be a committed friend all the way around. And you know what? Maybe I've said I've been loyal to people and I'm not because I haven't. Maybe I haven't dealt with situations with certain people that I still feel some type of way. So I'm not loyal. I just wish everyone the best from
Over there.
every different corner of the room. That's it. It's not
love
that I
it.
don't like you. I just really we don't gel no more. You know what I mean? I wish everybody health. Everybody.
Yes.
Over there.
Over there. I'm telling you, I stole that. How did you guys get here? Because you say like Renee is a lot, and like you guys have had your ups and downs as siblings often do.